name's Brandon. Today I'm going to be discussing the structure of Stonehenge and also the leading theories of how it was constructed. Stonehenge is a very mysterious place because it's carbon dated back to as early as 1848 BC, approximately 4,000 years ago. And the first written details of Stonehenge that we could find were located and dated back to the 12th century. So we didn't have any written evidence of this place prior to that. In order to understand the theories and decide which one you believe is correct, you have to understand what the structure is made of and the origins of the objects that it is made of. The first thing you need to know is the two different types of stones that it is made of. The first type of stone is called a sarsen stone. Sarsen stones are approximately 30 to 40 feet. They're a type of sandstone. They're approximately 30 to 40 feet tall and also about 20 to 25 tons in weight. These stones originate about 20 miles north of the Stonehenge location. Stonehenge is located in the Salisbury Plains in the United Kingdom, and about 20 miles north of that is the origin of these sarsen stones. The other type of stone is called a blue stone. The blue stones are a little bit different story than the sarsen stones. The blue stones are significantly smaller. They're only 8 to 10 feet and weigh about 2 to 4 tons, but the blue stones are located in Wales. And where they are located, or where their origin was, is about 140 miles from the Salisbury Plains, the Stonehenge site. Now, one of the biggest mysteries that surrounds Stonehenge is how these types of stones traveled that distance, especially because we have no evidence pointing to any sort of way, and also because of the lack of tools that the people of that time would have had. The first and probably the leading theory is that some glaciers way back in time had taken these stones from their origin and transferred them to the Stonehenge site or closer. The second theory is that a quarry was made by these people and used wooden rafts to transfer these stones from their location down to the Stonehenge location. The only issue with these two, or with the first one anyways, is that the glacier theory doesn't account for how the stones lie today. As you can see in the picture here, the stones today, the sarsen stones, which weigh up to 25 tons, are stood up on their end, and so they're 30 feet tall and weigh 25 tons. Now, along with the tools that they had back then, or tools that they didn't have, it would be theoretically impossible for them to erect such a statue because they have no leverage, no way to get underneath it and lift it up any significant way anyhow. The other theory, moved by quarry, the biggest issue with that, it also doesn't account for how they're stood today, but it also has a lack of evidence. Scientists from Brigham University have been looking for evidence of a man-made quarry to prove that mankind had something to do with how they were transferred from one place to another. Since they haven't found any of that, it can't be proven and it also can't be displaced. So that's one of the main mysteries surrounding Stonehenge. Also, another mystery is, like I said, how these are aligned today. They are in a circular pattern, but they are also aligned. So on the summer solstice, if you stand in the direct center and look towards a stone called the heel stone, you can see a perfect sunrise in the middle of the three stones. And with all of this taken account for, there's just too many different ideas here to be just happenstance, you know. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that Stonehenge is often thought of as an astronomical relevant place, a planetarium, if you will. The way it is set up has a lot to do with where, when we track back to those times and how the sky would have looked, a lot of the moon and the sun, and also the star patterns would line up perfectly in between each rock. That's just speculation as well, because we have no written record of this being true or false or anything, so we can speculate all day, but we never truly know what's happening. As you can see, Stonehenge is a completely mysterious place, and one thing that researchers are trying to do, and have actually found a ton of new information, is they are taking radar technology that can map the area. And when I say map, I mean penetrate the ground and map what's underneath Stonehenge. It's giving us so much information that we are unable to read it all right now. There's a whole bunch of information that has yet to be analyzed and see what's going on. As of right now, there is no evidence pointing to any sort of theory that is correct. So until something like this is found, until any sort of evidence that points one way or another is found, Stonehenge is just going to continue to be a very baffling idea and also just be a mysterious place.